we definitely need people. You can also, if you have internet access, you can go to marchofdimes.com, and that will take you to your nearest office that's closest to you. And we do have March for Babies all across the state. So we just, like I said, we just couldn't do this without our volunteers.
Very good. Mr. Bill, you've been a volunteer now for a few years, or for a good little bit here. I'm sure throughout the years you've seen so much happen and met so many different people in these walks and things.
Yes, I have.
Coming together for a common cause to help change lives.
Yes.
Now, how long is the walk? Like, do you get up there and walk 30 minutes, an hour? How long do you all do that?
We get to the park about 1 o'clock and register, and then the walk starts at 2, and it usually over with by 5.
Well, Jens walked for a very long time, walking for a great cause, and you got these different teams, and I'm very sure that some business can sponsor them, brought to you in part by so-and-so, and just get a lot of people involved in this.
Yes.
And it's wonderful. It's in a safe atmosphere, and people coming together and reaching out throughout their hearts to help somebody. That's what this is all about.
Yes, it is.
Now, Bill, how do people, when they come to sign up, do they need to bring anything with them, or how does that work?
Well, usually when they on our kickoff is when they get their brochure about the team walk and stuff.
Right.
Bring that back to us when they come to register. We check their names off that they was sponsored walkers and stuff.
Right.
Make sure it's the right ones being there and everything.
And there's primarily no age limit to people that can come in and walk.
No, there's no age limit.
Kids, children, dogs, adults, older people. I mean, even if somebody can't walk, maybe push them in a wheelchair. You can do that too.
You can do all that too.
All right. And Katrina, let's talk about this. There's so many people today that might be going through this and need this help. How does the funds raised reach out to them? Do they have to apply for it, or how's that work?
Well, unfortunately, we no longer, since the polio days, we no longer have direct funds that we give to families, but we really try to empower them. Like throughout the state, we actually have a NICU family support program in some of the large NICUs, and we try to support families that way. We try to give women and also not just women, but also their OBs, cutting edge information about how to have the healthiest pregnancy possible.
Right.
We also work through legislatively in the state of Kentucky as well as at the national level. And this year we're working on 3 different bills. We have Senate Bill 125, which is an addition to the newborn screening bill. And it actually is a heart related test. Pulse oximetry is a heart-related test, and it's actually just done with along with the other tests, so there's nothing extra has to take place there. We're also working on House Bill 190, which is a comprehensive smoke-free, statewide smoke-free, so that folks can breathe clean air and babies can breathe clean air, and so that we can all have just better health all around. And then lastly, our bill is Senate Bill 74 about our HANDS program. That's our home visitation program that's through the State Department of Health, and we are one of the states, luckily, that happens to take place in all 120 counties as well.
That is so phenomenal. And with all the high-tech technology things we got today, when a woman goes in for her ultrasound, they can tell if she's going to have problems or complications, and that's when these funds go to work.
Absolutely. We want to help women to be ready. And for example, we feel like it's very important to let families know that if it's all possible and there are no medical indications, that a woman can just stay pregnant until labor begins on its own, because a lot of brain development in that baby takes place that last few weeks of pregnancy. At about 35 weeks of pregnancy, the brain is only about a fourth developed of what it's going to be at that full 40 weeks.
Well, you know, about fundraisers as well. What if there's some sort of businesses watching or tuned in? Maybe churches like to have a fundraiser at their church or their organization. I'm sure you guys would welcome that.
Oh, absolutely. That's the only way that we do raise our funds. You know, sponsorship, we need it badly. You know, businesses can become a sponsor and then, of course, be listed at these walks where hundreds of people are. And plus, they get to associate themselves with the March of Dimes. And this is our 75th year as the March of Dimes.
That's
so
wonderful.
We have a long history of being a reputable organization, and businesses like to be associated with that, and we need them badly.
And Mr. Bill, getting back to you, there's during these walks, just to estimate, there's many people that comes to these walks.
There's several hundred come.